Hi, Dmitry Bonder there. Please let me know honestly. Have you ever tried to find iPhone charger for your iPhone? Why I'm asking this? Because today is a big day for Apple. Maybe in a coming future you will have a great chance to search for a car charger. Can you imagine that you lost your iOS jumper cable for your iCar? I can imagine how you are looking for a cable, asking your family members to give you one, like we do in case of regular iOS cables. Okay, Apple is back in the news today. This time, some reporters said that the Cupertino company is shooting to launch its long-rumored self-branded car by as early as 2024. Between that time that the news crossed the wire 30 minutes ahead of the closing bell on Tuesday and late morning of December 23rd, shares had moved up sharply. The idea of Apple's next big thing is a highly compelling story. In the year marked by the rise of the retail trader who has profited greatly by betting on a trend-right technology stocks, it doesn't surprise me that Apple shares were lifted by the speculation. But to me, the more important question is, could be Apple car rumors properly justify sudden and widespread bullishness? It seems like it's a new reality for Tim Cook and Apple team. Apple is reportedly building a ridiculously techy personal automobile according to Reuters news agency. It's a shocker because Apple's first car attempt that called Project Titan began in 2014 and crashed in 2019. And you know, Apple is a 2 trillion company, so rumors of an Apple car in 4 years didn't budge the stock. But Apple's apparently going to buy LiDAR sensor to make this thing self-driving. This would be a dream deal for LiDAR company or Velodyne and Luminar company. Their stock, by the way, jumped today by about 25%, and many investors were surprised with this rise. Today it's unclear what the vehicle will look like, who will be the manufacturing partner, or if the self-driving system that Apple has been working on will be a part of the car or offered as a software product to other companies. The Reuters agency today builds off another report from Taiwanese media outlet Economic Daily Times, which describes Apple ramping up orders for auto parts and components from suppliers in the country. Together, the reporters offer confirmation that Apple, while quiet and with smaller team, hasn't ditched the idea of car after all. And some spy sources describe this as a passenger vehicle, which would put Apple in a different category than autonomous vehicle technology companies like Waymo that are trying to commercialize robotaxi services. By the way, Waymo has said that it also interested in licensing its AV tech for passenger vehicles, but it's not the company's first priority. The day-to-day operations of Apple's Project Titan is led by Doug Field, who returned to the company in 2018 after a stint at electric automaker Tesla. Field, who was the senior vice president of engineering at Tesla, was one of the key executives behind the launch of the Model 3. Under Field's leadership, it appears the Apple car might square off more directly with Tesla than, say, Alphabet's Waymo. Early this month, Bloomberg reported that Apple has moved Field and the rest of Project Titan team under Apple executive. His name is John Dreher, and he is in charge of artificial intelligence unit at Apple. By the way, in 2017, Apple CEO Tim Cook said that disruption is coming to the electric autonomous ride-hailing space and that the core artificial intelligence it was working on was the mother of artificial intelligence project, probably one of the most difficult artificial intelligence project in the world. And it seems like Apple rival Amazon last week revealed an autonomous electric taxi it plans to deploy in a ride-hailing service through its Zoox subsidiary at an undetermined time, and they also invested in an electric truck startup Rivian, which will begin production of electric delivery van for Amazon Prime next year. And you know, the main question for me today, is it a good time to invest more in Apple shares? To be honest and fully disclosed, I have some Apple shares and I'm, playing in a long, so I don't want to sell them if I have some, small profit. I personally think it could be Apple's next big thing to be launched as early as 2024. But investor enthusiasm may have gone a bit too far, as Apple's market cap increased 140 billion in about 1 hour of trading today. I personally remain optimistic about owning shares for the long run, just not out of what I consider to be irrational exuberance for the Apple car. Okay, now a question I have and you may have, to buy or not to buy Apple shares. That's just my personal humble opinion. A long discussion could be had about whether Apple should get into the electric and autonomous vehicle space as a car manufacturer. One of the side of argument the global electronic vehicle reports provide data that the number of electric vehicles in circulation surpassed 7 million in 2019, including plug-in hybrids. Growth in the battery AVs has skyrocketed 64% per year since 2013 and 36% in 2019. With only 1% of the global car stock being accounted for by AVs last year, there is certainly quite a bit of addressable market that Apple could tackle in the future. Recent notes published by some Apple analysts, however, largely provided by the flip side of the argument. One of the key concerns seems to be the unappealing combination of low margins and heavy capital investments that are trademark in the automobile sector. That's not what Apple usually likes. It also makes much more sense to me that Apple could be a provider of hardware, cameras, screens, sensors, etc. Or maybe software, artificial intelligence, system integration for the whole AV industry. But beyond the intellectually stimulating conversation, I believe investors should be careful not to get caught up in the market enthusiasm of a highly speculative piece of news. Once again, keep in mind that the rumored Apple car, if it's really a thing, would not see the light of the day for another maybe 3-4 years at least. And by the way, talks of an Apple car have happened every so often since 2014 without plans ever evolving to a finalized product concept. And last but not least, today I was surprised to see Elon Musk's tweet where he said that he approached Tim Cook and Apple about buying the EV maker in its darkest days of Tesla. Apple Chief Executive Officer Tim Cook refused to take a meeting years ago to discuss acquiring Tesla, Elon Musk said in his tweet on Tuesday. Tesla CEO Musk said in a tweet that he reached out of Apple during the darkest day of the development of his company's Model 3 to talk about a possible deal. Musk said he planned to discuss the possibility of selling Tesla to Apple for 1/10 of its current value, indicating valuation about $60 billion. In 2017, Tesla burned cash as it ramped up output of its mass-market Model 3 electric vehicle. Musk told employees then at the company's Fremont, California plant that it faced a period of production hell for 6 months or longer. Weeks after making that statement, he tweeted about sleeping on the roof of the factory as he tried to resolve bottlenecks. I hope you like this video and it will give you more ideas to buy or not to buy Apple share. Have a good day and subscribe on my channel.